What is up, all my fishing addicts out there? Welcome back to another episode of Coast to Coast Fishing. Junior couldn't be with us today because he's busy doing some other schoolwork stuff. But you know what day it is? It's Tacklebox Tuesday, all right? So this episode, we're going to go ahead and learn to make our own Sabiki rig and our Highlow rig or double rig, okay? So first things first, we need our materials. Today, I'm going to be using some standard 20-pound fluoro, and I got my size 7 and my size 8 hooks. We have an assortment of sinkers down here, and I'll show you why I have different ones later on. And you'll need your barrel swivel, some clasp swivels, and of course your cutting device. So the first thing we do is we take our fishing line. We'll start, just remember, like I said with the previous video with the leaders, is how to make sure not to overdo it or underdo it. Don't pre-cut the line and stuff like that, because the whole point of doing this is to save money. So first things first, we'll get our hooks on the line. Now the hook specification size is going to change depending on what type of bait fish you're going for, or if you really want to just tool around and let the kids have some fun, you can always go with some bigger hooks and put some different types of lures on there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these size 6 Eagle Claw hooks, brand new right out of the package, and I will go ahead, dump them out. And as with any other Sabiki rig, typically they got about 6 to 8 hooks. So I'm gonna put them on, and it's so easy you can do it in a snap. All right, so now that we've threaded all 6 hooks, we start from the bottom and work our way up. So if you watched yesterday's video, which was not your typical Monday, this will be all too familiar with you, and you'll be able to go ahead and finish up at the same time as I am, as long as you're following along. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take our line like so and make a loop. Take it over, cross it just like you're tying your shoes. So from here to here, and then you bring that loop through like so and pull that down tight. Okay, you should be good right there, and it should not move at all. Now the reason why I'm doing this is just like with yesterday and not your typical Monday, you always want to be able to use whatever you got. So sometimes you may have lost some of your weights like this that have the little eyelet on them, or like this that have an eyelet. Either way, it doesn't matter, because with this, all you do is take that little loop, take it, and then you stick it through, and then you'll take it right here, push the weight through, and your weight is on. And it makes for easy removal too, without having to cut a bunch of line, and so on and so forth. Now, let's say you ran out of these, you got them stuck on the bottom. Things happen. Big fish wanted some small food. Now you need another one. Got your typical egg sinker. Just do the same thing. You take it, push it through, loop it around like so, and we get close so you can see how that is right there. And there you go. Your sinker is on, so you can use them with whatever, it doesn't matter. Now, I like to have my Sabiki just like you buy in the stores, so I'll just take my tag end while I'm here, clip it off, clean up while you work, right? So I try and guesstimate about 8 inches to a foot off the bottom, so that would be right about here. Now here's the key part, all right? So you got your first point on where you want your first loop to be. Now, you'll take your first hook and slide it right up the top. All right, so we know where this is. This is our pivot point, remember that. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep that pinched the entire time. Pull your hook up, and we're gonna do another surgeon's loop, okay? So we'll take it like so. And you gotta be careful because you got a hook on. Take it and bring it through. But you don't want this to slide. So we'll take it, and there you go. You can see how it's already crossed once. Now you'll just take that, bring it through again, as long as it doesn't bounce out. And then here's the key part. Pull the hook, okay? That way you get your knot where you want it. Besides that, if you try and pull like this to tighten it down, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull, and it's gonna make this little loop. But you want your hook to be dangling out just far enough so that it presents some natural it gives natural presentation, and it doesn't get caught up in your main line. So from here, we just repeat the process. All right, so now we're on to our last hook. Bet you thought you were gonna follow along, didn't you? Last hook from hook. Take it, and remember, like I said, take the loop where the hook is, wrap it once, just like you're tying your shoes, wrap it twice, wrap it 3 times, just to make sure that when you're pulling it down tight, go ahead and lubricate just like a fisherman does, a little bit of spit. Pull it tight, just like so. All right. Remember what I said before, if you pull it this way, what's going to happen is this. You're not all the way tight. So now you're going to have this hook just like this. So, lesson learned. Don't say I didn't tell you so. Now, we have our last hook on our Sabiki rig. As you can see, it's going all the way down. The weight's over here. So we will take our handy dandy cutting tool, get about 1.5 feet from where we want to be. Go ahead and take that line, set it aside. Now you grab your barrel swivel like so, and use whichever knot you choose. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull around here and just do this little reverse clinch thing I got going on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Got my loop. Pull that through. Like so. Now you're pretty much rocking and rolling, ready to go. Okay, so the last thing you're going to do now is definitely not use bare hooks. Okay, so you have this ready. Now you got your secret weapon. Okay, Junior and I like to use fish bites, and you want the most hits. What you're gonna have to do is use this kind. No other kind, because I don't know what it is. Whether the manufacturer's got some magic in there, but it's got to be the pink. I know this doesn't look pink, it's just an older version, so it's just a little bit discolored. So you take it out like so. I got a cutting board and a knife because if I cut the table, the old lady will kill me and you won't have any more cool videos. So I'll take this and then a Rapala knife, which found at Academy, $20. It's got some good good flex to it. It's pretty hardy. Got a nice non-slip grip. Honestly, it's really totally worth it. So I'm gonna cut a little chunk like that, and then I'll cut it long ways, like so. So it's a little strip, and then all you got to do is take that like so and weave it onto your hook, leaving a little bit of excess. So that's once, like so, and then put it through again. Pull towards the tip. So you'll see how I have that much kind of hanging out. Leaves the hook exposed a bit, and you can even trim this a little bit if you wanted to. And just kind of gonna go ahead and float. Or I know it's kind of a bigger type of bait, but with these fish bites, you'll get all sorts of stuff. I mean, we had this on there with the Sabiki rig. We were getting speckled trout, we were getting Spanish mackerel, sand trout, catfish, croaker, shad, you name it, just sitting there at the pier with just these. Now, the other secret weapon you can use is some Gulp. Obviously, because it's scented, so that goes a long way. But what the pro part about the Gulp is, you can, I'm just using the, what is this, mud minnow croaker, pearl white croaker. So let's say you're out using your shad lure, and what always happens? Fish bites it, something like a trout or something with sharp teeth. So now you got a jig. So instead of tossing it, why not use it? So we'll take it like so, and we'll just cut it up into little pieces. Cut it down the middle. Cut little, they're kind of like little triangular, diamond shape, whatever you want to call it, strips. And then the good part about using this is it's a little bit more durable or so than the fish bites. So you take that, same process, you just kind of weave it through without getting your finger. Put it in once, twice, and then 3 times. So that way you can kind of pull it and get it a little bit straight along there. And you see how that is real close. As you're pushing that up and down, that's going to resemble a maybe like a glass minnow or something of the sort. Either way, it's really similar to the fish skin ones you'll buy in the stores. And really, everyone, that's about it. So you can take this after you're done with it, make a couple different ones, test it out, make a dual action, you know, one or the other, see which one hits better in the area you're at. And then you know to just make a whole string of one, a whole string of the other. And then you take this after you're done with it. And that's the other part about the Gulp that I do like, is that once it gets wet, it's not all like really sticky. You know, like with these, they kind of get that, what's it called? Kind of like a duct tape feeling, where it's all sticky and mushy. And then with the fibers that are in here, they're kind of a little bit hard to pull off, but all you got to do is pinch it, cut it with your knife, and you're good to go. Besides that, you go ahead, cut up a couple more, and you are good to go. Now, the next thing, alteration that you can do is if you take this little loop, if you don't want the loop, it's really easy. Since it's not as nice and tight, cut it right here, and then just tie a little knot. Something strong enough. You can do a little square knot, because after all, you're only bait fishing. So do a little square knot, take that, pull the knot down. It's not going anywhere. And and there you go. So always double up your square knots though, because you know how it is. And the last modification you can make for this is, let me see, I think I left one. Okay, well, I didn't leave one open, but we'll do another one now. There we go. Okay, so what you can do is, let's say you just make your surgeon's loops, right? Now you take this, pull your, just pretend the hook ain't there, pull your knot real close, and now you can take some fluoro. Here's some 20-pound test fluoro. I actually like this kind, the Yozuri. It's relatively thinner. It's a fluorocarbon nylon hybrid, so it's not as thin as the straight up fluoro, but it's also cost effective. So you'll take that, cut a little hunk off, and then with this little loop you got going on here, you just go ahead and make sure you got plenty of slack. This way, if you got some line shy bait, just do a little bitty fisherman's knot. And like I said, it's just bait, so you don't really have to loop it as many times. And now you can go ahead and then boom, pull that tight. So like I said, the hook, pretend the hook's ain't not there. Now you got a fluoro, just like you buy in the store. You got your 20-pound mono mainline and your 20-pound or 10-pound fluoro leader line. Then you take your little hook, slide it through like so. Just do another quick fisherman's knot. And then twist. 2, 3. Ooh, I don't know if y'all hear that, it's a baby crying. So just go ahead and then loop it right through there. And then don't get your finger caught. Pull, and then now you would have a little bit more line, or you can always tie the knot closer so that way it's straighter and you don't have to worry about it falling down like so and then getting hooked into the others, like a lot of times the store-bought ones you'll buy. Besides that, those are a couple modifications you can do. So we take this and set it aside. Hope you're following along. Next thing we're going to do is our high-low rig. Exact same process. You're just doing 2 knots, okay? Instead of the 5 or 6. So you take your line. Well, I showed you how to do a surgeon's loop before, so instead of doing that, most times, like you'll have with Sabiki rigs or your own, you got your clasp swivel, like so. Got circle on top, clasp on the bottom. This way you can go ahead and take your weight, remove your weights and stuff, so on and so forth. But like I said, sometimes you run out, sometimes it breaks off. So you can go ahead and always use that surgeon's loop for those snap encounters. So you take it, we'll go ahead, do a little fisherman's knot here, reverse clinch, whatever knot you want to do, whatever is strong that you're gonna keep on there. And some of you that are new may be wondering why I'm counting. If you don't fit, spit on it, right? All right, so for those of you that already know why I'm counting, kudos to you. Everybody else, just because typically about 5 wraps for mono or fluoro, and anytime you're tying a knot, you'll always want to double it if it's braid, but you're not going to be using braid for this. Now we take, I left some hooks on there, our high-low rig. You're going to, depending on the target species, okay, so this is about a foot off the ground. So here's where my knot's going to be. Take it like so. Make the loop, just like you were taught tying your shoes again. Loop, swoop, pull, except remember, we're going to do it at least 3 times, because if you don't do it like that, when you pull the main line, it will pull that loop really close. So go ahead, lubricate, pull real good, and then now you have your low, and then you just repeat your process with your high, however length you want to go. Tie another one on, and that is it, my friends. So this was another episode of Tacklebox Tuesday. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, like you hear in everybody else's videos. However, I didn't realize how annoying that was until I started doing it myself. But it really does help, because the more you do, the more it helps us make better content. Okay? So besides that, hope you enjoyed it, found it useful. Be sure to definitely comment whatever else you guys want to see me do. I'll go ahead, I'll reverse engineer it, buy my own stuff, and then take it apart and see how it works. I like building stuff. Or I'll just make up something of my own. If you want to see something, you let me know, and I will do my damnedest to reproduce it. Alright, in the meantime, keep them lines tight, them rods bent. Laters.